All right. So yeah, why didn't we do this? That's kind of cool. And we could have done anything.
Yeah.
We could have done anything. I mean, there are so many issues that we could have chosen. Like there's global warming stuff, but I don't know. It seems like this is a fight you could win. Like it's almost tangible.
Well, it also seems like the way we started, the way we got married. We dedicated our wedding also to marriage equality. When we got married, part of our ceremony, when in the Jewish wedding, we actually had a Jewish wedding, and that you crush the glass at a certain point, and our rabbi talked about crushing of the glass being representing the pain that there's still in the world, that we're in joy, we're having this wonderful time, but there's still pain in the world. And so we asked her in advance if we could dedicate in some way this to those who couldn't get married. We were lucky enough, but we had all these friends who wanted to get married who couldn't. And so that was part of the wedding ceremony, that when we crushed the glass, she, representing us, talked about the people who weren't yet allowed to get married, and that we wanted to dedicate our ceremony partially to that too, not just us getting married, but also to our friends and family and the people around the world who were still doing without. So I think it was like these, I don't want to call it bookends because it's not over.
Right, that's for sure.
It's 10 years, but I think that I know personally, I wanted to mark our 10-year anniversary with something powerful and strong and activist, and I wanted it to be about equality. I think from the beginning, I don't know, having our 10th anniversary be about global warming, to me, global warming is really important, but really it was about marriage and it's about love.
Yeah, and 10 years is a pretty big milestone.
Yeah, and I wanted it to be about, something to do with equality and love and all of that, and our crazy kids. But I also speaking of that, the giggles in the background, I want them to be able to have what we have. So if they fall in love with somebody of the same sex or a different sex, I don't want that to matter. I want them to see that they're not judged by that. And I think another thing on this too is that it's not just about marriage equality, it's about equality, right?
Right. Well, that's been a big thing in your family too. Your grandfather.
Yeah, he's a civil rights guy. And he fought for civil rights for Jews, for African Americans. So it's been in our family. It's for decades and generations. And so I want it to be equal. I want it to be there shouldn't be different rules for different people, because I think that leads to, as we know, violence. I think it leads to economic injustice. I think it leads to...
Right, it has been all through history, yeah, right.
It leads to bad things, and so it's not right. And so I think we both wanted to just make a stand for it and have it be a joyous celebration at the same time. And we raised, it's not a huge amount, but we raised $3,000.
Not so bad.
For the National Center for Lesbian Rights, and I feel pretty great about that.
Yeah.
But now it makes me think of maybe on the 11th anniversary, we're going to do it again. On the 12th, we'll do it again.
BC, how do you connect to this whole thing? Because I know that Margaret's got a lot of family history. You started to get into it a little bit there. What about you?
Well, no, I don't have that same fight for civil rights in my family so much. My grandfather, well, I do kind of. My grandfather, he was from Russia, and he got out in 1913, just before the Bolshevik Revolution, and he, that his just quest for freedom, that's been a big backdrop in my family's life. So that's continuing that fight for civil rights is a big theme in my life too. It's probably bigger than I give it credit for, but yeah. So I don't know. It just seems like a cool thing to do. It's our 10th year anniversary. Mm-hmm. What can we do? Everybody that's in our lives, our friends, it's just something we need to do and something we need to stand up for.
My name is Danny. I think that marriage equality is great. My mom is lesbian, and I think it would make a big difference in the world.
Hi, I'm Emma, and I'm 13 years old. And I think that gay and lesbian marriage should be legal because equal rights are important for everybody, and and it's just an act of nature.
My name is Miriam. I'm 13 years old, and I think gay and lesbian marriage should be legal because no one, like, if you're straight, no one's like judging you based on your marriage, and it's perfectly legal, and it's not fair to tell someone else they can't get married. It's not really anyone's business except.
Hi, I'm Eli, I'm 14, and I think gay marriage should be legal because I have a lot of friends that are gay and bi, and there's no reason why not that I can fathom.
That's why you do your advance work, so you come in knowing that
there's still nothing to do. Only said lights can light up a place like
well,
this.
that's good. You have to have lights if you're going to be a video guy.
So if you're going to be a video guy, then you have to then where you put the lights. You know what I mean?
So hi, I'm Ambika, is my husband Anant, and we know Fizzy and Margaret through our son. But I have to say, for us, for marriage and equality is really about respect for another human being, and that's where for us the love really grows, and that's the bottom line. So wishing them a very happy 10th wedding anniversary. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Emily. This is my wife, Kate.
Hi, I'm Kate, and Emily and I have been together 33 years, and we were like two fireballs rolling down the hill toward each other, trying not to be together, and nothing could stop it from happening, even us. We tried so hard not to, and nothing can keep us apart now. I mean, we could walk out the door and we'd be inside each other's hearts again and again and again. It's like the first day we've ever been together. And if two people like this can't get married, then, I mean, what's the world for? And so we did get married in 2008. We're one of the 18,000 in California, and we have never once regretted taking the step to be very public about it.
I'm Chris DeRuska.
And I'm Erin DeRuska.
My opinion on same-sex marriage equality is that if I was told I wasn't allowed to marry my wife, Erin, I would be enraged. I love her, and it really shouldn't make a difference what our sexuality is or what a person's sexuality is.
And I don't think it's anyone's... I don't understand why anyone would care what anyone else does. People should just be happy. If everyone were just to be more excited and more happy about being together and minding their own business and letting people do what makes them happy, I think this world would be a much better place.
Agreed.
My name is Nikki Bott, and I live in Oakland, California. And I have two daughters, one 21 and one 27. And I was married for 17 years to their father, and what I learned during that time is that what's important are families. Not whether you're gay or whether you're straight or whether you're green or red or Arabic or black or yellow. It's that you love your family, you love your children, and you want for them the best in the world, and that's something all families share universally. So why shouldn't we all be allowed to marry and have that? Because every human being is entitled to that.
All right. Yeah, here we are a month later. Looking back, I think probably hands down the coolest thing that happened that night was the love mic. The love mic. That's where we passed around a microphone and people could come up in front of the stage and profess their love to whoever they wanted to. And it was just so cool. It was just so moving. You know, like just one couple after another. I mean, there must have been 15 couples or something. And, you know, like, I think I started it by telling everybody how much I loved you and, you know, how just blown away I am with all the things you do. And, you know, just ending by saying, you know, I love you so much, you know. And then, you know, somebody else came up and grabbed the microphone. And
one just led to the next.
Yeah, one thing led to the next. And it wasn't just some crazy, cheesy moment, you know, like people would come up and, you know, it would be certainly emotional, but it was also, oh, I've been with this person for 30 years, you know, or something like that. Like Kate and Linda, like they were together 30 years, you know, as a couple. They actually got married. I mean, Kate and Emily, not Kate and Linda, sorry. Yeah, but they actually got married 30 years ago. I mean, several years ago when it was legal. And they're still married, maybe. So it's just funny. But however, the law is, there's no denying how much people feel for each other, and it's just you see that, you connect those dots when you see just couple after couple professing their love, and I just thought that was
it was amazing.
It was very moving, without being.
Wasn't cheesy.
It wasn't cheesy.
There was straight and gay and everything. I don't want to say everything in between. I don't know what that is, but even a mom came up. Do you remember the mom that came up at the end?
Yeah.
She shuffles up at the end, and she professes her love for her daughter's new partner.
Yeah.
And now that she's another daughter in the family, and how moving was that?
Oh yeah, yeah. It's just
beautiful.
incredible. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was very cool.
It was really cool.
Yeah. Another thing was hearing you sing to me.
Yes.
That was so cool. I was sitting next to Max, our oldest son, and suddenly all these papers were passed out with all these lyrics of a song, and it was lyrics that Margaret was going to sing for me. Margaret's never sung. She
I don't
doesn't
sing. I don't sing.
But there she goes on stage and she sings a song to me, and Blame Sally backs her up.
Thank goodness.
Yeah, that was incredibly cool.
What was the song?
From Juno.
Mm-hmm.
What was it called? I don't even.
Can you hum a few bars or something, Margaret?
Yeah. How does that go?
If I were a flower growing wild and free, all I'd want is you to be my sweet honeybee. And if I was a tree growing wild and... I've blown it. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's from Juno. Yeah.
Yeah.
Take me by the hand and stand by my side. All I want is you. Will you stay with me? Hold me in your arms and swing me like a tree or the sea or something. But
that was just part of the evening.
And it's fun having other people sing with me.
Yeah.
And everyone sort of along and then looking back and seeing your face.
Yeah.
It's great.
It's very cool.
It's great. It was great being saved by both bands. Blame Sally supported me, and our friend Jessie Turner, who was also singing, she was the first band, she helped out as well.
Yeah.
That was great.
Just on a selfish note, it was very cool getting to play with the Sallys that night. I'm a guitar player. I got to sit in with them. I was the guitar player for Jessie Turner, who opened up the show, and then when Blame Sally did their thing, I got to come up and play with them. That was kind of nice too.
I think what was cool is that we both got to do our thing and doing it for something that we believed in. And then it wasn't just us. It was like everybody got to be a part of it. So it started as a gig in a way, but it became something else. And during the evening and even past the evening, all the way till now, we're getting emails of thanks from people we never even met before, but people who came to the event because they were connected in some way, they were moved and now they might want to do something, or now what's next? When's your next anniversary gig?
Yeah. I know. We might have to make it a thing, huh?
Yeah.
Maybe
I was thinking what else we could do. We should make it a thing.
Maybe we should make it a thing.
Let's make it a thing. Do we have to wait a year?
Yes.
If I was a flower growing wild and free, all I'd want is you to be my sweet honeybee. And if I was a tree growing tall and green, all I'd want is you to shade me and be my leaves. If I was a flower growing wild and free, all I'd want is you to be my sweet honeybee. And if I was a tree growing tall and green, all I'd want is you to shade me and be my leaves. All I want is you, will you be my bride? Take me by the hand and stand by my side. All I want is you, will you stay with me? Hold me in your arms and sway me like the sea.